Hey.
Hey.
Who's the birthday girl?
Me.
So you have a lotus.
A lotus to put in my aquarium. I'm so excited.
We went to the bookstore.
Mm-hmm.
We have bubble tea.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a book on the artwork of The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. So I got a little bit of loot today. You got a Mothman little toy. We got a little 3D Mothman little toy. So you know what? I think this is shaping up to be a great birthday, and we're gonna go get some dinner.
Yes.
Then I'm gonna whoop your butt in Uno.
Ha, that's what you think. Let's play that stupid flip Uno. Ah.
Well, too bad. I like the flip Uno.
I don't. Ah.
Too bad.
Ah.
You're adorable. So, I have been known to talk a lot, obviously. That's why people watch the channel, I feel like, because I talk a lot about stuff I'm passionate and knowledgeable about. But I also like to talk about random things, and that's kind of what the vlogs are about, and I feel bad when the vlogs get ignored. I really do, because this is meant to be a fun little outlet for random stuff on the channel. Toys, action figures, movies, just random things. It's called Battle Loot because it's meant to be an excuse for me to talk about fun things that I pick up or just fun things in my life. And I've noticed consistently the vlogs have not dipped in quality, but they're not as varied as they used to be. So I do want to apologize for that. And I also apologize that I didn't really film anything this month. You're gonna find out why, because as you can see, the studio here is being packed away. I mean, all the knickknacks that's on this pseudo wall that I use as shelves, yeah, that's all gone. The drawer that was here is gone. The bookshelf is completely empty. If we look over here, we can see these drawers are all empty. There's two boxes right here that are being packed away. Of course, the piece of furniture that was here is gone. Everything that was on the shelf is gone. This is still there. The artwork will be the last thing I pack up. So, yeah. Oh, and the drawers in here are all emptied except for my calendar. Yeah, as you can guess, it has been a lot. So we've been packing. Our original moving date was January. Me and Sarah decided to change that and do February because there was another unit that just fit us a little better. Same price, longer wait time. We were cool with it. And yeah, I'm excited for this part of my life. This will be the first time that I've lived on my own, and I really can't wait for it. So for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, if you watched last month's vlog, me and my wife are moving into an apartment. So super excited about that. And as you guys probably saw in the title of the video, I have started a new job. I have quit Blick Art Materials. I've left them, and yeah, it was definitely a decision that took a lot of time to think about. It was something that I really had to sit down and decide, is this what I want to do? I will make a full video going more in depth into the decisions. I think this being its own video, dedicated video by the way, is super important because, well, I'll talk a little bit about it in a minute. I also want to show you guys this real quick. So I had quite a few things happen this month. I was in the hospital, by the way, so I got really bad food poisoning and I was vomiting 4.5 hours straight. It was not pleasant, and I got super dehydrated. My throat was completely shot. I could barely talk. The room was spinning, and maybe TMI, but my chest was hurting like crazy because it was very violent. So I had like several muscles that were spasming that day, and I actually still have a bit of pain right in here that I feel if I moved a certain way. I just feel that like twitch of pain. Yeah, it was just not pleasant at all. It was not a fun experience. Couldn't keep anything down, and it went from throwing up every hour to every like 30 minutes to every 15 to every 10 minutes. Like, it kept getting worse, and the fact that my head was starting to hurt so much that the room was, I was just like, I just need to call this, get some fluids in me, give me some medicine. Like, everything that I did on my end, like taking medicine and doing this, just did not work. So it was not a fun day. And last month my niece was born, so I got to play with her more this month and spend more time with her and play with my little buddy, my nephew Noah. I mean, I love these kids. I love spoiling them. They're just amazing, and I love spending time with them. I love playing with them. I love seeing Noah's personality come out. And yeah, so I've been playing a lot with them. We did start a new campaign, so I'm doing a Witcher campaign with my friends, so that has taken up a little bit more of my time. Of course, hacking has taken up a huge amount of my time, the tutoring sessions, and starting the new job. It's a good job. It's a field that I've been wanting to work in for a while. I'm going to actually reveal a little more about it later. It's not the teaching job that I really wanted. It is something else, but it's going to put me on the road to becoming a teacher, because ultimately what my dream job is to do art YouTube and comics full time, but I really feel calling for teaching. That would be like if I can't do this, I'm gonna be the best at this kind of situation. And doing the tutoring, doing Blick, it helped me realize being an art teacher is something I really want to do. It's a passion I have. It's something that is a calling that I feel like I have. So I am on the road to doing that, which I'm really excited for. This job right now, which again, I'm not going to talk too much about, kind of boring, which does suck, but pays good. And on top of that, it is something that I am genuinely interested in. So I'm really excited that I have this opportunity to learn from it. And again, it is putting me on the road to becoming a teacher, which is really good. So I'm really excited about that. Also, this does sound weird that I'm going to talk about right now, but I'm going to because if I don't, I know I will forget. I have finally found another member of the Hammond collection in the wild. So for those of you who don't know, this is a Jurassic Park toy line that they make highly detailed and articulated dinosaur action figures. And I love dinosaurs. I actually want to get quite a few figures from this line, and unfortunately, I have never been able to see them in person except for two. My Giganotosaurus that I have that I showed in a previous video, and this guy right here. Everything else has been online, and it is stupidly overpriced because it's secondhand. I want the T-Rex. I am willing to pay $50 for that T-Rex. In fact, I'm willing to pay $75 for it. You know, a little bit more than what it was actually originally worth. I am not willing to pay $150. That is an absolute ripoff, and you all should be ashamed of yourself. I've always wanted a Raptor, and while this is not the deco that I wanted, I am really, really happy that I was able to finally pick one up. I will say, though, I do have a few complaints with the articulation. For one, it bothers me that the legs only go forward and backwards. They don't go outward. I would prefer a ball joint, especially at this scale. I also would prefer a ball joint, or at least some type of movement at the wrist, and I would have preferred some movement right here at the... I know these are digitigrade legs. I don't know what the actual name for each part. Like, I think this is technically the ankle, because that's the knee, and that's the ankle, but that's also the... I'm not a paleontologist. I'm not a botanist. I'm not a zoologist, so I don't know the technical terms. But I would have liked an extra joint right here. Either way, this is a really nice figure. It's really posable. I'm going to use it for references. It gets the job done. And yes, I do want to get more of these figures, but it's going to have to be one of those things where I will have to do that when I'm ready, because I am not going to pay those overly inflated aftermarket prices. So now that we got the toy out of the way, talked a little bit about my nephews, talked a little bit about what's going on. So now for the part of the video that all of you people have decided to skip to, why did I leave Blick? Well, a couple of reasons, and I want to start by saying my friend Brandon has a very good saying. He goes, you work the job until the job stops working for you. And in all honesty, the job just stopped working for me. And I don't want to say that my coworkers were unbearable, that my management was incompetent and cruel, or that the customers were incredibly rude. No, none of that. Total opposite. Like, my manager, she's awesome, amazing, no complaints. And of course, my coworkers are some of the most talented and creative people that I've ever met, and among some of the kindest. I have nothing but kind words and encouragement and uplifting things to say about them. I saw 5 of them today. We were hanging out. We went to a baby shower together. Like, it's one of those things where it sounds perfect on paper. Because also the customers, like, yeah, you get a rude person once in a while, but for the most part, they're incredibly kind, willing to learn, great people to have conversations with. Many of them I'm friends with. We follow each other on Instagram. We talk almost every other day. We inspire each other. Many of them subscribe to the channel, and I'm thankful for all that. Blick has given me a lot of opportunities. It's not only allowed me to grow my artistic career, but it's allowed me to meet people to tutor. It allowed me to get featured in a museum, and also meet local artists and make a difference in the art community. It also allowed me to work with the Veterans Arts Center. I'm very thankful for these opportunities. I mean, I really didn't think teaching art could be something I want to do until I started working at Blick, and I realized that's really part of my passion and where I feel calling to do. But the job just stopped working for me. At some point it became a chore. It didn't become something that I was really happy to say I did. It just stopped becoming fun. And I loved the job, don't get me wrong. I'm so thankful I had the chance to work for Blick. But about a year ago, these feelings started to trickle in. And it wasn't really until 6 months ago that I felt just wanting to leave. And that is unfortunate. And again, just to reiterate, it is not because of my coworkers or anything like that. But Blick as a company had made some major changes that just didn't sit right with me. They had some new VPs come in, they had new decisions, and really the whole goal changed. And I really do want to make a dedicated video talking about this. But these changes really are not good. They are not changes that are going to be beneficial for them in the long run. And ultimately, in my personal opinion, I think it will permanently damage their reputation and may lead to them going out of business in the next 5 years, maybe 7 years to be generous. Now, that's a lot for me to say, but keep in mind, I grew up with people that own their own business, so I do have quite a bit of insight to these things, and ultimately, I'm very in touch with the art community here that's in Tampa, Florida, and a lot of it is very negative. In fact, it seems to be generally negative on Blick's end when it comes to talking about their recent changes. And of course, new VPs that come in have to make everything their own, and if something's wrong, it's not their fault. In fact, it's extremely discouraging to even try to talk to these people because they just don't want to listen. They're so interested in making things their own and thinking outside the box, they tend to forget what the purpose of the box is. Either way, the entire experience at Blick at that point had left a sour taste in my mouth. It was something that I just didn't want to be a part of, and I am thankful that they led me down this road that will hopefully allow me to become a teacher. While I am thankful for my time at Blick, I wish that I left more happy. It's very disheartening. It was just a lot of things that I just didn't enjoy. It was a lot of stuff that it didn't sit right with me. The job just stopped working for me. And I don't want to keep just saying that. I definitely want to try and articulate my thoughts and my feelings, but I definitely want to also wait a little bit and make a full dedicated video talking more in depth to the changes that they have made, that ultimately many of the procedures that they have are counterintuitive and actually hurting their ultimate goals, and how ultimately I really do not think Blick will be around for very long. It's unfortunate, but it is something that is very concerning and something that I wish was wrong, as Blick does make good quality material. Ultimately, I want to have a lot more satisfaction in my job and really feel like I'm making a good difference. And essentially, I felt like I wasn't doing that anymore at Blick. I felt like I wasn't able to do what I want. I wasn't able to achieve my own goals. I wasn't able to really leave people feeling super empowered and creative, and it's just unfortunate that that's how the situation ended. I really would have preferred to leave on better terms. But ultimately, I left, and the new job I have, which I'm not going to talk too much about it, is a lot better. It pays a lot better for one, which isn't everything, but let's face it, I'm an artist. I kind of need money. But it also allows me to do a lot of what I was doing, but have a lot more satisfaction and feel like I'm making a difference. And while there are things that I do miss about Blick, this new job really does check off a lot of boxes that I personally had, and it's going to put me on the road to becoming a teacher, a calling that I have. Now, you guys are probably disappointed because you wanted some drama, some spice, you wanted the inside scoop. Maybe I'll talk more about that in a dedicated video. In fact, if you want, go ahead and leave your questions about me leaving in the comment section down below. I'll try to answer them as respectfully as I can and as quickly as I can. And I will also keep those stuff in mind when I make the full video, talking about them and addressing them in a video format. Either way, I am sorry that this kind of got a little quasi-serious because I like to keep things lighthearted and goofy, and I also apologize that I neglected the vlogs for this month. I can't promise I won't for next month because we'll actually be moving in, and if you guys look at my calendar, which yes, is a doxing calendar, and that doggo is adorable, I have quite a bit of stuff for February, so I can't promise that I will actually have a full dedicated vlog for you guys. In fact, I already know this vlog's gonna be a couple days late, but what I will do is I will try, and I do mean try, my very best. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for subscribing. Thank you all so much for just being awesome, cool, incredible people. You guys just make what I want to do even more fun, more enjoyable, more amazing, and I can't thank you all so much for it. So I will see you guys in the next vlog, in the next video. Thank you all. Have a great, amazing day, and don't forget, keep being creative.